You know all those slick, modern apps you use every day? The ones you can't live without, from social media to online shopping? Well, behind the scenes, a lot of them are powered by a special group of technologies working together. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on one of the most popular tech toolkits out there, the MERN stack.
So, have you ever been scrolling through an app and just stopped and thought, wait a minute, how does this actually work? How do all the buttons and the data and the servers all connect so seamlessly? Well, that is the exact question we're going to tackle right now.
Before we dive into MERN itself, let's get one key term out of the way: tech stack. It sounds complicated, but it's really not. Think of it like a developer's toolkit. It's just the complete set of technologies they use to build everything, both the front end, which is the stuff you actually see and interact with, and the back end, which is all the behind-the-scenes magic that makes it all run.
All right, let's get to the good stuff. The absolute best way to understand what MERN is all about is to just break down that acronym, letter by letter. Each one stands for a different piece of the puzzle, and each one plays a super important role. First up, we've got M, and that stands for MongoDB. The easiest way to think about this is to picture it as the application's pantry. It's a database, and its job is to store all the data, all the ingredients for our app. And it's really flexible in how it stores that information, which is a huge deal for modern apps that are constantly changing. Next, we have E for Express. Now, if MongoDB is the pantry full of ingredients, then Express is the kitchen staff. It's a web framework, and its main job is to handle all the orders coming in and all the food going out. In tech terms, that means managing all the server's requests and responses.
The R stands for React, and this is the part you're most familiar with, even if you don't know it. This is the storefront. It's what's used to build the user interface. Every button you click, every menu you open, every interactive part of the app that you can actually see and touch. That's React doing its thing.
And finally, N is for Node.js. So following our analogy, if Express is the kitchen staff, Node.js is the entire kitchen itself. It's the building, the ovens, the electricity. It's the whole environment that lets the back end run. It's what powers the kitchen staff, Express, and lets it talk to our pantry, MongoDB.
So, we have our pantry, our kitchen staff, our storefront, and the kitchen itself. But how do they all talk to each other? How does it all work together so smoothly? Well, it happens through a process called the request-response cycle. Let's trace the journey of a single click.
Okay, let's make this real. Imagine you're on an app, and you hit the like button. That click you just made in the React storefront sends a request all the way back to the Express server. The server then goes to the MongoDB database and says, hey, update the like count for this post. Once that's done, the server sends a response back to React and poof, the screen updates and you see the new like count. And all of that, it happens in a fraction of a second. It's wild.
All right, the theory is cool and all, but this is where it gets really exciting. What can you actually build with this stuff? Let's take a look at some real-world projects that show just how powerful this combination of technologies can be.
Most big, complex applications start with something pretty simple, what our source material calls a skeleton app. This is just the bare bones, It's got the fundamental features like letting a user sign up, sign in, and manage their account. It's the foundation for everything else.
Now, from that simple skeleton, you can start building out. You can extend it into a full-blown social media application. We're talking about a dynamic news feed, the ability to create posts, add comments, all the features you'd expect from an app you use every day.
Or what's really cool is you could take that exact same foundation and go in a totally different direction. Instead of social media, you could build an entire e-commerce platform, a MERN marketplace with different shops, tons of products, shopping carts, and user reviews. It just shows how versatile this stack is.
And if you really want to see how far you can push MERN, get this. You can build immersive, web-based virtual reality games. Yeah, you heard that right. We've gone from a simple sign-up form all the way to an interactive VR world, all using the same 4 core technologies. Incredible.
So, what's the big deal? Why is MERN so incredibly popular? Well, it really boils down to one massive, game-changing advantage: the power of using a single programming language for the whole shebang.
The real secret sauce here is consistency. You're using JavaScript for everything. You use it on the front end with React, and you use the very same language on the back end with Node and Express. This makes development so much simpler and faster. Plus, all 4 of these technologies are free and open source, so anyone can use them, and they are supported by a massive global community of developers who are constantly building new tools and solving problems for everyone. It's a huge ecosystem.
The author of our source material, Shama Hawk, really put it perfectly. She said,
Combining the potential of React with these industry-tested, server-side technologies creates a diverse array of possibilities when developing real-world web applications. And as we've just seen, those possibilities are pretty much endless.
So what this all means is that MERN gives developers this unified, incredibly powerful toolkit to build almost anything they can imagine, from a simple web page to a virtual world, all with one language. Which kind of leaves us with one final thought. With that kind of power at their fingertips, what on earth are they going to dream up next?